Hello, welcome to another video. This one's a little bit different in that it's some Wild West figures. Me and Alex have been playing Dead Man's Hand, which we've played for quite a few years. We picked up a set of the new version, Dead Man's Hand Redux at Salute, might have been year before last, can't remember. And we've been using that. So what we've got here are some of the figures that we've used. The majority of them are Artizan, if not all of them. Really nice figures. The only thing to be aware of now, the moulds are quite old. In a recent pack that I bought, some of the detail was a little bit soft. So probably a best bet would be to pick them up at a show and just check the castings. I don't know whether they're going to redo the moulds, but they probably need a little bit of attention. Having said that, they're really nice figures, good selection, and they're just very, very easy to paint. So we'll go down to the turntable and have a look at the figures. Right, so these are the first three. I can't remember which packs are which. They're all Artizan, and I quite like they did this sort of windswept look with the hair and the dusters blown in a specific way. Used basically blacks and greys to do these. The guy in the middle's, I think, is from the Earp set, whether it's Wyatt Earp or Virgil Earp or one of them. But he's obviously a martial figure, which you can see from the badge. On 2p pieces. Normal terrain, haven't spent a great deal of time on them, but I'm quite pleased with the way they've turned out. Right, next three. These I think are all from the Earp pack, the Earps. In the centres, Doc Holliday, obviously with a shotgun, and once again I've used basically blacks and very dark greys. I think Doc's got decided to do his waistcoat red, and he's got a bit of a fancy necktie thing on. Quite characterful figures. They've obviously got the big tashers. And just they are nice to paint, relatively easy, and they turn out quite well. Right, next three. Guy on the left is from the Good, the Bad and the Ugly set. Guy in the middle is from those windswept guys. And the guy on the with the pinstripe suit, I think is supposed to be. I've now forgot the character's name. Out of the Western TV series. Nope, it's completely gone. That's an age thing. Anyway, that's who I think it is. Again, relatively easy to paint. Pinstripes, it's just a lighter grey over a dark grey. I have the paint fairly thin for that, and it's sort of, you've got to do it in one sweep. That's the only thing. Right, on to the next three. These the two characters on the left are from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Guy all in black's the Lee Van Cleef character, and obviously Clint's in the centre with a poncho. The other guy is from, I just quite like the figure with the bowler hat on, so I've done him a bit more sort of stand-out-ish with a red shirt. Quite, again, really characterful figure. Quite nice to paint. Makes a change from all the blacks and browns. Again, nice figures, turned out. Quite pleased with the way they've turned out. Right, and the last three. Guy in the centres, obviously an Indian former cavalry scout, which is why I did the trousers the way they are. The guy on the left in the very pale sandy jacket, I think that's supposed to be Wild Bill Hickok, if I remember correctly. And the guy with the brown coat on is just sort of a general cowboy figure. Added a little bit of colour to the Indian character, just to sort of give a little bit of variety. But as I've already mentioned, the Artizan figures, I really like them. They're nice. They can be a little bit sort of characterfulish, and you certainly got a specific style, but they paint up really well. Right, so there we are. Really happy with the way they've turned out. We've got other little bits and bobs to fill in, just some clutter for the table. We'll normally play it on a 3 foot. We've got a 3 foot terrain map, and we'll play with a few buildings. You don't need masses, sort of 5 to 6 buildings normally does you. We've also got What a Cowboy to try out. It's a similar sort of game at a similar level where you're activating individual figures. So we've got that to try out as well. Paint, I think we've got, what have I got? I've got the sort of wagon, the Great Escape Games plastic injection molded wagon that I've got to do, and as I've already said, some of the little bits and pieces just to clutter the table up for a little bit of colour. Very cheap to get into. You don't need many figures. The only sort of, I suppose, issue is really you probably need minimum 4 buildings, ideally more. But quite good. Dead Man's Hand's great fun, and it's one of those things. Couple of beers, some pretzels, just sorted. Okay, so as normal, any questions at all, just drop them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. Coming up next is we've got an after action report on a recent 6mm game that we played, late World War II, using Iron Cross. But we'll have a little bit chat about that on the next video. Okay, so once again, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you next time.